अर्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor. May our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the mother, the destroyer of rebirth, the blessed mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving mother, I meditate. So this is very important. This is a meditation. Meditation on knowledge. Meditation on knowledge on oneself. It is not outside. It is to lift oneself from lower level to higher level. We know that we have various propensities, but meditation on Bhagavad Gita is rewarding. Whatever we achieve and receive from the world and achieve in the world, it is all the self, the centered in the self. It is perceived, it is observed in the self. We seem to search outside, but after search of a millennia, we find that the center is not out there, but it is already within us. That is why it is so rewarding. And this was handed down by our teachers for at least about 10,000 years. And this knowledge was retained by teachers. A whole system of Guru Parampara. Gurus taught to Shishya, to his Shishya. So this way we have received this. And Gita will teach us right from the beginning how to achieve the highest point. We are searching. What do we search? Many times we don't know what we search. And sometimes it dawns on to us, but still it is so camouflaged that we don't recognize. That is why we need to think about it. What do we search? What is there? What is there in the world? What is there in senses? Our world is in senses. So sense perception, and that allures us, that takes us from our center. That is why we need to search and try to find out. So this chapter is very important. It's Bhakti Yoga, called Bhakti Yoga. Bhaj Sevayam. Bhaj means service, seva. That enlightens us, enriches us. So, what we are studying, let me recapitulate because it's very important. So we see some new faces, and also in 7 days we tend to forget. And it's natural. The Prakriti is such that it confuses us. So it is better to dwell on the ideas over and over again, so that our ideas are firm and unshakable. When ideas are firm and unshakable, then only we try to do something. So as we have already discussed that Arjuna asked a relevant question, because we all try to find out easier way, easier method. So naturally he asked this question. Those devotees who ever steadfast, and it has a background also. Mat karma krit, mat paramo, mat bhakta sangha varjita. So in the previous chapter Bhagavan said this. Let me go there. On that, mat karma krit, mat parama, mat bhakta sangha varjita. He who does work for me alone and has me for his goal is devoid to me, is freed from attachment, and bears enmity towards no creature. He entereth unto me, O Pandava. So now, this, and also Bhagavan showed him Vishwarup, the universal form. Those devotees who ever steadfast, thus worship thee, and those who also who worship the imperishable, the unmanifested, which of them are better versed in yoga? We compare things. By comparison, we understand in a better way. So what is the difference between a beastly person and a divine person? So when we compare, then only we understand. So here his intention is that. But another point is there. It is, if we know our situation, by comparison, what are the various standards, sattva, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, then we can progress accordingly. So, see, in this world we find a person is well versed in science. He has assimilated whatever branch he or she has chosen, and he has assimilated that, and he lives those ideas. So a person who is totally versed and totally poised in those ideas, and a student of today, both cannot be compared. So it is not to compare which one is great, jnana or bhakti. It's not jnana bhakti, comparison of jnana bhakti, because Sri Ramakrishna said, Shuddha jnana, pure knowledge, and pure bhakti are one. So it is not to compare pure knowledge, pure bhakti, devotion. There is no comparison. This should be very clear to us. Then what is the comparison here? To find out where we stand. And Bhagavan will give various stages. These are the steps. You please try to come up. Say in a group of students, we can find some have assimilated the teaching. some have not assimilated. So what do you, what the teacher instructs to him or her, that okay, try, practice. So he tells some steps. So here also Bhagavan will tell. That is why it is another important reason why we should repeat. Many times when we go through the text again and again, then only we find the subtleties. Then the secrets are revealed. So now see how, and another thing, Sri Krishna is very clever. You know, it is said that he is Chatur Chudamani. Chudamani means crushed jewel. Chatur means who is very clever. So whatever you ask question, he will tell the same answer, but in a very disguised way. But if you closely examine, then you will find the similarity. If you compare what is the previous shloka? Previous shloka was mat karma krit mat paramo mad bhakta sangha varjita. So he who does work for me alone and has me for his goal. Okay, just keep this in mind, that he who does work for me. Why we should keep this in mind? Because we are also searching. This is the goal of life. It's not temporary goal. This is our final, this is our exact goal of life. If we miss this, we miss everything. What if we earn few $1 million? What if we earn whole host of people? Nothing will remain with us. What will remain is being given here. So what is he saying? He who does work for me alone and has me for his goal is devoted to me, is freed from attachment. All these are very important words. And bears enmity towards no creature. He entrenched into me. Ko-Pandava. Now here Bhagavan says, when Arjuna asks questions, he says the same thing, but in a different words, through different words. Maya Vishya Mano Yemam Nitya Yukta Upasate. Those who fixing their mind on me, worship me, ever steadfast and endowed with supreme Shraddha. Okay, here if you say so, there should be a God somewhere, and we are all the time, praying. And why to think so? That also is good to start with there. But he is sitting within. Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati. Ultimately he'll tell in 18th chapter that God is sitting in each heart. Ishvaraha, Ishvara means God. Sarva bhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati. Arjuna, O Arjuna, God resides in all hearts. The center of being. Heart means not physical heart. So Mayavishya means who has totally poised in me. He is charged in me. Mayavishya. Mano yemam. His mind is totally soaked in me. Nitya yukta, always, without any let or hindrance. Shraddhaya, with full devotion, one-pointed devotion. Parayopetasti. So here he is not asking somebody to believe in something. You believe in yourself. Who have that faith can achieve anything and everything. Shraddhaya parayopeta steme yukta tamamata. He is the, in my opinion, are the best versed in yoga. Now see. Now he goes to, but those also who worship the imperishable and indefinable, the unmanifested, the omnipresent and unthinkable, the unchangeable and immovable, eternal. Because these are the words are used in Upanishads. So Ananu, ahasva, dirgha. So all negation, because whatever you say, you are limiting him, but he is beyond limitation. Therefore, that is another way of saying. But here he gives a concrete something on which you can meditate. So it is not that you go for negations, rather, it is better to go for affirmation. So, having subdued all those senses, even minded, because they have achieved, say Sri Ramakrishna, when he is in Samadhi, he has achieved, he is not asking for anything. He is not, say, running from pillar to post, but he is totally merged in himself. So there it is undefinable, omnipresent, unthinkable, and unchangeable, immovable, eternal. So such a person, having subdued all the senses, even minded, everywhere engaged in the welfare of all beings, verily they reach only myself. So this is the highest category. See, it is like this, science. If someone has assimilated, say, quantum theory, most of the people, they are discussing, thinking, understanding, but some people have assimilated. And they can, their behavior pattern also is totally different from others. So, those are those who have achieved. Now, if someone wants to achieve that, so one has to toil that much. So, klesho adhikatarastesham abhyakta sakta chetasam. Greater is their trouble, whose minds are set on the unmanifested. For the goal of the unmanifested is very hard. See, quantum theory, even those who say, it is said that those who say no, they are confused. Those so like that, a statement, not literally, but like that. So it is difficult to conceive something which is beyond conceptions. So that's why it is. He said it is troublesome. And again, what Sri Ramakrishna is doing, so what Buddha is doing, what Swamiji is doing, by closing their eyes. Apparently we don't know. That's why don't worry about it. So you are not, you say, Arjuna, you are not that. Yetu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matpara. Now, come to practical level. But those who worship me, resigning all actions in me, regarding me as the supreme goal, meditating on me, say like, think of a science subject. And let's say like astrophysics or whatever. So what they do? They totally dedicate their lives. So it's not that, it is part-time job. So here the same idea is there. But those who worship me, resigning all actions in me, regarding me as the supreme goal, meditating on me with single-minded yoga. Great truths are revealed when mind is calm and quiet. When it is one-pointed, concentrated. So one thing is, mind should be clean. If something, say, if the water is dirty, therefore water should be clean. Second, water should be placid. Similarly, something is hidden within our heart, within our being. If mind is full of dirt, then we cannot see. And also, even if there is no dirt, but if it is not one-pointed, we cannot see. All the discoveries happen when mind is one-pointed. So scientists may have some desires here and there. So we are talking about spiritual scientists. Spiritual scientists are to find out what is hidden within us. That is why the mind should be free from all dirts. And also mind should be one-pointed. So here it is being said that, but those who worship me, resigning all actions in me, regarding me as the supreme goal, meditating on me with single-minded yoga, not to take words as, it's oh Swami, it's so difficult. We can understand. If mind is wavering, then you cannot understand something. You may read 10 times, but you'll miss what is the meaning. That is why it should be one-pointed. Meditating on me with single-minded yoga to these whose mind is set on me. Verily, I become ere long, O son of Pritha, the savior out of the ocean of the mortal samsara. So I am redeemer, because they are always thinking of me, so naturally they will be redeemed. So this is highest. Now Bhagavan says, Mayyeva mana adhasa. So five categories he has said here. Mayyeva mana adhatsa mayi buddhim nivesha. So what to do? Fix thy mind on me only. Place thy intellect in me. Then thou shalt no doubt live in me hereafter. It's not God is commanding like, think about me. It's you are to think. One may ask question, if I am thinking all the time, God, 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 then what will happen to this world? Okay, those who are happy with the world, let them be engaged in the world. But those who are serious, those who have understood that nothing is there, all trash, those who have understood this, they are to come forward. That is why, and even Bhagavan will later tell, even if you are doing worldly things, okay, dedicate the fruits of action to me. At least start from there. So that's why. So let us go from the last two. No, let us continue like this, then we come forward. So, Mayyeva mana adhasya mayi buddhim niveshaya niveshisya mayyego aturdham na samshaya. Fix thy mind on me only. So at least what you do? Say like meditation. Fix your mind on me only. Place thy intellect in me. Then thou shalt no doubt live in me hereafter. Now Bhagavan says, what if you cannot do, what then? Adhachittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mai sthiram. If you cannot do that, if you are unable to fix thy mind steadily on me, then by abhyasa, try like a child. He repeats the same thing over and over again. And then he or she can write or memorize correctly. So if thou art unable to fix thy mind steadily on me, then by abhyasa yoga do thou seek to reach me. What is abhyasa yoga? Abhyasa means here trying over and over again. So chittasya ekasmin alambane sarvataha samahritya. That means there should be one substratum or one goal, and one should try to hold the mind there. So that is abhyasa. Abhyasa api samarthas. If you cannot continue your abhyasa, then what do you do? If also thou art unable to practice abhyasa, be thou intent on doing actions. So one cannot keep the mind. Even he's trying, but he cannot do it. So okay, you have that intention. Intention should be there. Madartham api karmani kurvan siddhim avapsasi. And by doing my work, that's why what we do. We do God's work. Hanuman, he said Ram Kaj. It is Ram's work. So he dedicated himself, and all his efforts are for Rama. That's why he was a great devotee. If also thou art unable to practice abhyasa, be thou intent on doing actions for my sake. So you cannot keep your mind when you try, then what you do? At least keep the intention that yes, I am doing for this. If you cannot do that also, these are the gradation. He's going higher to lower and lower. Athaitadapya shaktosi. If thou art unable to do even this, then taking refuge in me, okay, take refuge in me. So we take refuge in Mother or Guru Maharaj. What we do? We try to do his work, and we try to practice also that. We try over and over again. If thou art unable to do even this, then taking refuge in me, abandon the fruits of all action, being all controlled. Then he compares, Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat jnanat dhyanam vishishyati. Now here he says the gradation. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. Abhyasat means someone is repeating over and over again, but there is no assimilation. So jnana is like assimilation. So jnana is better than such repetition. And jnana dhyanam vishishyati. Dhyana means who has assimilated things. Like I was giving example of a scientist or scientific say theory. So who has assimilated it is better than who is practicing, still practicing. Shreyo hi jnana jnanam abhyasat. Jnanat dhyanam vishishya. Dhyanam means here not, eyes are closed and doing nothing, not like that. He has assimilated the truth. Dhyanat karma phala tyagam. And dhyanat only thinking but without viveka. Dhyanat karma phala tyagam. So discrimination means he should abandon the fruits, the fruit of actions thereof. Dhyanat karma phala tyagam, tyagat shantir anantaram. So tyaga, the renunciation is the most important thing. Tyage naikam amritattva manus. Tyaga means what? Whatever is rubbish, that is to be left out. In this world, we accumulate things. We think that not now, maybe later I'll enjoy this. But that later never comes. And whatever at hand, we miss that. So, here we are to see this, that the five categories that God has said, that one is perfected and one that who is trying, and in between these two. So one say like we do work. After work, at least we should offer the fruits of action to God. Otherwise what happens? We are bound with the fruits thereof. And while doing, one should be detached from it. So that is why it is not only in the previous adhyaya he said that detachment is very important. Asangaha sanga varjita, madbhakta sanga varjita. So sanga means the, the connection between sense and sense objects, sang, attachment. When we think about something, dhyato vishayan pumsa sangasteshu upajayate. Say we have gone to a shopping mall and we see something very attractive. And then few times we see it. And then we see, oh, this is very good. And then we try to buy it. So this is called, why this happened? Because I thought about it, dhyato vishayan pumsa sangasteshu upajayate. Then I got the attachment. And when I got the attachment, then I would like to have it. Kamaha. Desire to hold it, to grab it. And dhyato vishayan pumsa sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha. If I don't get it, then I'm angry. Dhyato vishayan pumsa sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati sammoha. And when I'm angry, I forget all my past and I am totally confused and I lose my previous memory. You know, that's why when a person is angry, he can kill anyone. Like he can do without any thinking. Krodho vijayat. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Confusion. Sammohat smriti vibhrama. Then he forgets his nature. So what is the basic point? The starting point. The starting point is sangha. That is why sangha varjita. Very important. So dhyanat karma phalatagam. So suppose we work something. We work somewhere and we get some fruits. Then what we have to do? We have to offer that to God. And we try to offer that. It's not for one's own enjoyment. So even say like when you are eating, just think about it. As if you are offering that food to God. Then you'll find that that food will be sweeter and you can have its taste in a better way. So religion is not in theory, it is to be practiced. While eating, you can experience this. Then you'll see that whatever you are eating, it's not your own enjoyment. That's why Bhagavan said earlier that yat karoshi yadashnashi, whatever you do, yat juhoshi, yat karoshi yadashnashi, whatever you eat or whatever you sacrifice, whatever you donate, that you do. But tat kurusho madarpanam. You do that, but offering that to me. So this is the abandonment of the fruits thereof. So yeah, that's why he said that sarva karma phala tyagam. All fruits of actions to be offered to God. And whatever you take, that you take as prasad. So here some people bring food. So what we do? We ask them to take it to the shrine, offered to God. So that the presence of God is felt. And then not only that, we say, okay, while cooking you think about that you are cooking for God. And then bring it. So everything is purified. Not only that, when you are buying something for God, and maybe some vegetables you are buying and cooking for God, think about it. So this is divinizing our day-to-day actions. And then when you offer that, don't seek any fruits. Don't worry, fruits will come. When we eat, we are nourished. So if we do in this way, it will be better way of doing. So this is what Bhagavan said. So 5 categories is it. One is with fruits, sakama, but then you offer that to God. Then nishkam. Nishkam means without seeking any results. And then Abhyasa Yoga. Abhyasa Yoga means totally practicing uh, one, to keep one's mind in God. Abhyasa Yoga. And Abhyasa Yoga not without discrimination, with discrimination. That is why mind should be Mai Sthapaya. That means establish your mind in me. So it is Dhyana Yoga. So when your mind totally, say it's not outgoing, and you are trying to keep the mind within, so that is the next one. And the final is who has achieved, who has assimilated, and not only assimilated, he has become strong, as Sri Ramakrishna would say, that one may know about milk, that is a white liquid thing, and maybe he knows how much of fat is there and all the nutrients. But that is not enough. One should drink it, digest it, assimilate it, and be strong. So being strong is most important. So the person who has assimilated and has become strong is the highest. But those who has not been able to do, so they should practice and try to achieve that. Sreyo hi jnanam abhyasa. Better indeed is knowledge than blind abhyasa. So it is not without knowledge, only abhyasa like repetition. That's not good. Rather one should know what is the spirit behind. And that also, it should be with detachment and also with discrimination. So jnanat dhyanam, the meditation is better. Vishishyati. Dhyanat, and from meditation, karma phala tyagam. That means he is totally abandoning and also offering the fruits of action to God. Dhyana tyagas shantim anantaram. So better indeed is knowledge than blind abhyasa. Meditation with knowledge is more esteemed than mere knowledge. Than meditation, the renunciation of the fruits of action. Peace immediately follows renunciation. So we have now some qualities will be discussed. But before we go, see how to cultivate devotion. So I'll quote Tulasi Das. How we can have devotion to God. So first he said the association of good people, the sadhu sang. Sri Ramakrishna also said satsang, sadhu sang, very important. Because we get inkling of divinity when we associate with them. And also we get inspiration that yes, we should do this. So that's why he said, Prathama Bhagati Santana Kar Sangha, Dusri Rati Mama Katha Prasanga. So first one has to associate oneself with the devotees of God, who are totally dedicated to God. And second, then one should relish the stories and the glories of God. So this is Dusari Rati Mama Katha Prasanga. Because through those stories, through those incidents, then what happens? Then mind also is attached with God. Otherwise it is already attached in the world. So immediately we cannot bring it. So first we are to be associated with the good people or sadhu sangha or devotees of God. And then second is one must have taste for the glories of God, singing the glory of God. Then Guru Pada Pankaj Seva Tisri Bhagati. And then service to Gurus. Gurus here means the divine. Divine comes as Guru. And from those who we get inspiration, we are to serve them. So like to say, Guru Pada Pankaj Seva Tisri Bhagati Aman. Chauthi Bhagati Mama Guna Gana Karad Kapat Tajgan. Then one should try to purify oneself by doing good and also like singing glories of God and leaving aside all pretensions and camouflage, all kinds of deceptions. Then mantra japa mama dridha vishwasa. Then one should have complete faith in God and do the mantra japam. Mantra japam means like putting one's mind in God. So whatever has been said there, it is similar thing, but it is being said stage by stage. And then Panchama bhajana so veda vikasa. So bhajan means like all the time to sing the glories or be attached with God. Chhat mama seal birati bahu karma nirata nirantara sajjana dharma. So sixth is one should stop all the outgoing propensities and nirata nirantara sajjana dharma, and try to inculcate those good qualities in one's own life. Satava mama mohi maya jag dekha. Then seventh is when one sees it is God who is present everywhere. Athava mote sant adhik kari lekha. Then one will have adoration to the devotees of God even greater than me, greater than God. Athava jatha lava santosha. And eighth is what he is happy with whatever he receives. And he is not complaining. So that means satisfaction has come to him already. Sapnehu nahi dekhi par dosha. And he does not find faults with others even in dreams. Navama sarala sava sana chanhina. And the ninth is one should be very simple and straightforward. Mama bharose hiya harasa nadina. And one is not avoiding mama bharose hiya harash nadina. Now he is not elated or he is not dejected like that. Navamahu ekau जिन्ह के तो होई नारी पुरुष सचराचर कोई. And ninth is he sees everywhere it is the same Lord and it's not different from men, women, etc. Mama darashana phala parama anupa jiva pai nija sahaj sarupa. Then by this gradually what happens? A great transformation comes within. And he gets merged into me. Sagun upasaka parahit nirata niti dridhanev te nar prana saman mama jin. So this is the idea. Idea is gradual. It is not that one should jump to some say like uncharted sea. Rather one should gradually and through a grade one should proceed on this path. So similarly here some qualities are given. One is called Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam Maitraha Karuna Evacha. Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. So 35 qualities are given here. Those who possess these qualities are very dear to me, dear to God. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitraha karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha shami santushtaha satatam yogi yatatma dridha nishchayaha मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धिर यो madbhakta sami priyaha. Now, he who hates no creature. Hating means what? Seeing differences. That I am better than other person. I am better than this creatures. So these are the basis of hate. But he who sees yumam pashyati sarvatram, sarvam cha mai pashyati. He who sees me everywhere and everything in me. So, yumam pashyati sarvatram sarvam cha mai pashyati tasya aham na pranashyami satcha me na pranashyati. Neither he denies me nor I deny him. So, he who hates no creature and is friendly and compassionate towards all. Friendly and compassionate. So, Sri Ramakrishna said, not compassionate, one should be have the attitude of service. As Sri Ramakrishna said, Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. When he was, what happened? One day he was explaining the three tenets of Vaishnavas. So one, he said, Name Ruchi, name and the possessor of name are not two different entities. Say suppose you are sleeping and somebody calls by your name and immediately you wake up, yes, what can I do? So there is some connection between your name and yourself. So when you call on God, you repeat the name of Lord, then Lord responds. So he said, Name Ruchi, the relish for the name of God. And Vaishnava Seva, of course, Name Ruchi, Jive Daya. So, compassion to Jivas. So he went into Samadhi, Sri Ramakrishna went into Samadhi. And after some time, he returned and started spitting. He said, Thu, you are a small fry, you are a small minnow. How can you have compassion on Lord? You can serve Lord thinking that you are serving divine. So Vaishnava, Name Ruchi, Jive Daya. So not Jive Daya, but serving God in man. So we have a program, Serve God in Man. So we try to cultivate that we are serving God in different forms. So we go for, say, once in a month to feed those are brothers and sisters who have no home. So homeless, what we call, but actually God who is there. So he who hates no creature and is friendly and compassionate towards all. So compassion here we have to keep it that we must have service or attitude that I am serving. Who is free from the feelings of I and mine. So this is me, I am Nija, Paraveti, Ganana Laghu Chetasam. Those who are small-minded, they think this is me and mine, and that is his and there. So this is of small-minded people, the thinking of small-minded people. But those who are Udar Charitanantu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, you must have heard this number. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, this whole world is my own family. Those who are Udar means those who are really liberal. Those who take the whole world as his or her own. So this here also, this I and my feeling should not be there. So even-minded in pain and pleasure. Sukhe dukhe samikritva labha labhu jaya jaya. So what happens? When we are pain, we are miserable, and we are when happy, then we jump around. So no, not like that. One should be even-minded. Yes, this is also, I am suffering my prarabdha. It's okay, given by God, okay, fine. And sometimes good days also will come. So not to be disheartened in bad days, neither one should be elated when he has good days. So it's equanimity. This is not just apparent. No, apparently here you won't find any person weeping. But inside it is there. So sahanam sarva dukkhanam apratikara purvaka. So what everything one has to forbear. And chinta vilapraitam, without any murmur, without any lamentation. So this is what even-mindedness in pain and pleasure, loss and benefit, gain, loss and gain, and forbearing, ever content, steady in meditation. So all things will happen in this world. The disease, old days, and interaction with people, all this will happen. Nobody can deny it. Therefore, not to worry about all those things. One should be steady in mind and contented. Ever content, steady in meditation, self-control. Many times you will be tempted, many times you will be subject to various aberrations. So those times one should have that self-control and possessed of firm conviction that my goal is not to be get disturbed by all these vicissitudes. Rather, my goal is fixed. I know what's my goal. I must be firm there. Possessed of firm conviction with mind and intellect fixed on me. God alone is our respite. So with this, he who is thus devoted to me is dear to me. I'll read one more and then we'll break. Yasmanno dvijate loko, lokanno dvijate chayaha, harsha marsha bhayadvegai, mukto yah sachami priya. So these are very wonderful qualities. He by whom the world is not agitated. Generally what happens, we are, say, terrors. When someone enters, then people are, say, afraid, okay, we don't know what will happen. So one should not be agitated if one, in presence of one. So, yasmat no dvijate loko. The people are not agitated in your presence, in my presence. Neither I am agitated in anybody's presence. You know, like there was a saint, and when Alexander went to India, so he heard from his guru that he should meet such a saint and gain some knowledge. So, though the language difference was there, but somehow he could understand the importance of that person. So he said, I would like to take you to my country. Please come with me. He said, no, I am happy here. No, I'll give many, say, resources, money, etc. So he said, I don't need anything. I'm happy with fruits and water available here. Then he threatened himself that, do you know, I can kill you. Then he started laughing. You he said that this body will go. You cannot stop this life. And you said something impossible, that you can kill me. Nainam chinnanti shastrani. The weapons cannot kill me. Nainam chinnanti shastrani nachinam kledayantapa. It is not, neither, it cannot be soaked, it cannot be dried. All, see, Nainam chinnanti shastrani nachainam kledayantapa na shoshayati marutaha अच्छिद्वयम अदाज्ययम अक्लिद्वाशेवच nitya sarvagata sthanu achalo am sanatana. It is unsoakable or is undriable. So all negations. But what is nitya? It is eternal. Sarvagata, all pervading. I am all pervading. How can you kill me? Achalo, I am unmoving. I am eternal, sanatana. So, so because he was a realized soul, so when he was even threatened, he said, you said something which is impossible. So he by whom the world is not agitated and who cannot be agitated by world, who is freed from joy and envy, fear and anxiety, he is dear to me. Harsha Marsha. So when one is not elated, one is not dejected, bhaya, he is not afraid of anybody. He is not anxious of anyone. Yah sa mametu. That means a mature person. You know, if someone gets agitated, we don't say that he is a mature person. Rather, one keeps one's calm and acts as the situation demands. So this is a great study. This is to be inculcated in our lives, and it is for our own sake. We will be benefited if we study. If not, we are the losers. So, any question? Say it again. Yes, that's good. Very good question. Yeah. Yeah. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. See, first, when do you want to eat? When we are hungry. So, one should be hungry for knowledge. So, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Those who are humble, with one pointed attention, they seek only knowledge. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tat paraha. And who are after this? After this means he want to achieve this. Sangyatindriya. That means his senses are under control. He controls his energy to be dissipated. The energy should not be dissipated. Rather, it should be channelized to one orientation. Say dam. What they do? They put a dam and collect water and then channelize. Then they produce electricity, and also it is channelized to various fields for irrigation. If it is dissipating all around, nothing can be done. So that's why Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparaha. Shraddhavan, one should have that one-pointed faith. Real hunger for knowledge, for understanding, to achieve the goal of life. And tatparaha, one is putting one's effort for it. And he's not allowing his energy to be dissipated in any way. Then he achieves the highest peace of mind. So that is the student, for a student. And then another shloka is there. Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. That means he approaches Guru, he offers himself with humility. And what's the sign of humility? That's a pranam. So that's why you go to the shrine and straight forward we prostrate. Pranipatena, pariprashnena. And only pranam will not do. You have to ask doubts, the questions, very important. Pranipatena, pariprasnena, and sevaya, by service. Because in service we are one. When we serve, so that's why we encourage karma yoga. Come, dedicate a little time for God. So what happens? By service, we are close to God. So, pranipatena, pariprasnena, sevaya. These are the three means that one has to inculcate. One has to keep as the means to get the knowledge. Thank you very much. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. We'll continue our classes as usual on Thursdays. The Vedanta Sara, philosophical portion of it, portion of the whole treasure. Fridays we have Sri Sharda Devi and her divine play, story like and reading and wherever required explanation. And Sunday Bhagavad Gita, we'll continue this. Yes.
There the sun shines not, nor the moon. Time, it is not true, and leaves you soon alone. Hold on, hold on to him and his name. They're both the same. They're both the same. Melting all away the secret magic lies. Pure and holy name transforms the tragic lives. Hold on, hold on to him and his name. They're both the same. They're both the same. They're both the same. They're both the same. And just like you, I want to see his face. And just like you, I long to feel his grace. And just like you, I could see we are all one family. We are waiting and praying for his love to shine on us. and his name. They're both the same. 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 They're both the same.